What is up? It's Lineball61 back here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the t54 first prototype, also known as the Mod 1. Today, I've noticed it got released for like $12, so I thought I'd make a review over it, showing what I know about it, and showing how I like to play it, and showing what I can do in it. I'll also show you what I shouldn't do in it if I have one saved. So let's start looking at Armor Spectre. So looking at it at 0 degrees, it's about this. That's going to be kind of hard to bend. It's a really good angle. I mean, when you're wiggling like that, it can make it 255. You can bounce a lot of shots in it. But the part that I recommend that if you're trying to hit it, it's going to be hard to hit, but you can hit right here. That spot that's usually where you pin. I like to shoot APCR right there or heat. The pin there. The glower glass is a good weak point, but if you're tier 7 with only one field 50 millimeters, you're going to have to load your prim rounds. You're not going to go through this frontal plate. It has 90 millimeters, so I could side scrape in this really well. It has side armor of IS-3 basically, but without the spaced armor. It is flat sides like the Germans. It has 6 degrees of gun depression. It's not a bad tank. I really like the tank. It's just, it doesn't have the best maneuverability. 45 kilometers per hour. Looking at it, comparing at it, it gets 175 millimeters penetration, 235 on its APCR. How that compares to others is it's more of like the middle of the pack. I compare tanks that are that. It's no better than its same class of mediums, but it isn't good. I can still work with this 175 millimeters penetration. I like to split my ammunition between AP and APCR. I like to run like 10, 12, 13 rounds of APCR because you're going to be switching frequently back and forth through it. It is good credit efficient right here at 175. The Super Pershing and the Type 59 have more. He gets. They changed that. It used to have 6 degrees. Okay. The reload is 8 seconds, which isn't bad. It's better than the Type 59, which is 8.3. It has 2,100 DPM. It's not bad, but the armor is really trollish. It's what I'd recommend if you're planning to go for like T62A or Object 140. This is how the tank I'd recommend for your angling in that. It helps with the tanks I have here. These tanks, they help a lot with that. But this armor can be really bouncy, but side armor is really good too. It's just if you angle it a little too much, it's easy pen. The drive wheel is in the back, so it's not in the front, so you can't. And so you have your ammunition. The only thing I don't like about it is if RHM hits you, your ammunition's right about here. So if I cut away, your ammunition would be right here. So if they hit upper glacis right here, that's just gonna go through and penetrate your ammo rack. So if I go module, I'm looking here. So if I'm here, if you hit above this, the fuel tank's right here too. So when you're aiming at this, if you're looking at frontally, if you can pin that upper glacis, shoot this fuel tank right here. We'll catch them on fire in that, and I hate being shot there. The ammo rack's right behind it, so that's a good place to hit too. So you don't have radio operator like you do in World of Tanks. They instead have ammunition for this tank. It only carries 34 rounds of ammunition, which isn't much, in my opinion. Let's actually show you some replays from me. I have them right here. Let's start with this one. I have 3 of these. So looking at here, I'm seeing that we're going to have a lot of mediums going to the left. I'm looking who I have behind me. I'm thinking I'm going to go to the left, and I'm going to hold out. I'm waiting for here. Right now, I'm looking at our composition, so I'm thinking, I see we have a lot of lighter tanks, so they're not going to go really town. I'd be really surprised if they do. But it is a challenge to do this kind of stuff. We have one TD, which is that Jag Panzer. I'm pretty no, it's SU 100. So let's start. I like to run 18, 12, and 4. It's good to have a little bit of HE for those RHMs and RUs, and it's good for those T49s. It does have pretty good accuracy compared to the Type 59, which has 3.5. This has 336, yeah. I'm coming here. It's not the fastest. Its max is 45 kilometers, but it has a 16 power to rate ratio. Gun depression really doesn't help you do that. I could have done that in Type 59, but I come outside out. I move back. I bounce. I'm moving back, and I'm basically trying to bait him to take a shot. I know he has the 122. I know he's going to have a hard time pinning, and he's going to have a low TPM. I see this LTTP run, and I'm thinking, free shot. If I angle it right, I shoot into the turret of him. He backs up. I know he can't pin me, but I'm still going to wiggle because I know his APCR is going to pin. I try to clear him. T54 shoots again. I know he only has 1400 with that gun, so I'm thinking I could shoot him again. He angles. Now I basically face hug him because he can't really do much because he only has 217, but that kills him. Now I'm looking at the T49 and the Panther. Now I push forward more because I know I can get rid of that Panther. But I could be wary that Panther has a really good gun. He gets cleared. And now the T49 is really salty. I'm looking at it, I see IS-6. I'm thinking I can deal with this IS-6 since LTTB is running away. And I see the M4 is there. I put a PCR shot into him because I would have a 50-50 chance. I go behind him, and I basically keep on behind. I try to put one in. He dies. I deal with this M4A1. I'm looking if I can HE him, but no, I can't. So I put an AP round into him in his ammo rack. I start going towards him. With this, I put another round into him. He hasn't noticed I'm right here. He's paying attention to the person right there. He realizes when it's too late. He does. I put 1900 out. What I like about it is how it angles in that. It helps you learn the angles really well, and it's a tank that you can make mistakes in it, but you won't get really punched hard like a CDC will. Now, this is mines. I like a certain spot for this tank. You can either go all the way to the left, or you can go up the hill and stay on the left more side, because you can get gun depression and your glace is going to be bouncy. Because this is the main spot I like to go because I don't like to be there because I don't have any gun depression at that rock. I'd recommend if you have gun depression like 8 or 7, 9, I'd go over here, over that rock. I like when you have only 6, 5, or 7. I like to be over here. So I see this T44 is coming up. I put one in. I back down, and I'm angling, so he has a harder time. I see this lurber. I'm basically looking for it. I know he's trying to shoot my turret. I wiggle that, and I'm looking at this Hessling. I try to put one in. He backs down. That's AP CR for him. I'm looking for this lurber. This lurber's going to have a hard time hitting me. I back down again. I see if I go a little more over to the left, I can get a shot into him. I loaded my APCR, put one in. I back down off the hill. This is what I like to do because then I gotta wait until I get free shots like him. I could get a free shot, but I hit that into the ground. I pop my adrenaline, and he starts looking at me. I take one, put one in, because I thought it was going to finish him off, but it didn't. My teammates finish him off. I put one into the T44, but it bounces. I realize I have someone behind me, so I know I need to push on them. I'm looking behind me again to see if my teammates can hold. I notice I'm really by myself. My teammate's kind of ditched, so I know I can go and deal with this lurber. I'm going to go here. I'm going to bait him out. See, he has 236 and he bounced. I gave him my track. He shot me in the track. I go forward. I load APCR. I get a max roll. Now I'm like a one shot if it gets really high roll. I wait for the Hessling to go down. I put one in the Hessling. I back down. He looks for another shot. I put one in. Because he had to load his APCR. I didn't angle that. So now I'm looking. I'm thinking I need to go help with this KV4. But he gets taken out. So I help deal with this lure. But this Hessling, I get a free shot. And if I didn't hit the side wall. He puts one in, so I think this is a free opportunity to go down. But that WZ clears him. It's all about angling this tank. I mean, it's basically plays like a heavium. That's how I would describe it. The thing I don't like about the tank would be sometimes the fire rate and the penetration. As decent, it's moderate. I like to put it. It's moderate gun, or that, but its armor is really. Come on. There. Now we load. There. Technical difficulties. Now, the same map, again, I'm going to do the same strategy. Usually, when you're playing this tank, it's a tank that people like to kill first, because if you ever get in a Mod 1 fight, it's whoever gets the better RNG, I like to put it, because it's just bounce, bounce. It's actually kind of fun to watch. So I'm going to do the same thing. I don't get ammo racked very often in this tank, but you can get if you're not paying attention. More likely to be set on fire, but if you angle this and make sure. I see this AMX is pushing up. I see a Mod 1 on my rear end. I see this AMX lost almost his hit points. I don't know what he's thinking. But IS-3 wanted a shot at me. He bounces. I do the same thing. I'm looking at this VK. This VK is looking the other direction. I'm going to put one into his turret. Look at this leopard. The leopard's not paying attention, so is IS-3. I'm paying attention to IS-3 before I put one into the leopard. Now I'm looking at the IS-3. I know he's shot, so I know I can come up this hill and put one into this VK. I put another one into him. Now I'm looking. I'm thinking. I know the RHM is there, and I know I just saw the Ferd's in the back. He's not in position. I take one because I didn't angle. I missed that one. So then I'm going to push up a little more. And I'm going to load my APCR and put one into his track. I see this Ferdinand's crossing. I'm thinking, can I reload in time? So he passes through again. I put one in. Slightly higher roll. I'm looking at this Mod 1. I'm thinking he shot. So I'm thinking I could push up on this RHM. I know the RHM just shot, so I load my HE. I pop down. I pop back up because I know the Mod 1's there. I don't want to be shot and tracked. So I go down, and I'm now going to brawl with a Mod 1 or try to fight him. I know the Ferdinand my team can deal with. So I'm angling while I'm coming up. It's going to make it hard for him to pin until he loads his prim rounds. I put one into his bottom. Now I'm just going to stay on the bottom of this hill. I'm going to keep it angle. I'm going to load my APCR. I'm going to put one into his turret. Gunman went more or less. I know that's without AP because I thought I can get one into the plate. I missed that APCR shot. I load my APCR again. It's just a trade of I shut the side of the turret. I'm not poking out until I come up a little more because he starts giving me a side. I'm wiggling. Now he's starting to shoot his APCR, realizing that you have to shoot APCR. Put one into him, he's dead. And let's see what I have. Now I'll actually talk about what the pros and cons of this tank are. I would say the Mod 1 is a good angler. The speed's like a heavium. It gets 5 degrees of guide depression. It gets 175 average pen on AP. It gets 235 average on APCR. It has APCR instead of heat, so it means that you can shoot through tracks with APCR. It has a low profile with a 280 alpha, a good turret that can bounce. What the cons are, it doesn't have the best DPM. It has 2.1k DPM. It has an underpowered weight ratio. It's about the same as the Type 59, and its max speed is only 45 kilometers per hour, which is better than the t54 that has 40 kilometers. The ammo rack is in the front, so is a fuel tank. So if they pin that upper glacis, you're going to have either a fire or ammo rack if you're not careful enough. That's basically the pros and cons of the tank. That's all I have for today. Salambo out.